sorry I can't. It's just due to the fact I'm losing my voice as of yesterday, so I won't be able to go through that. But if anyone sees the recording, I definitely recommend you have a look because we try to share as much value as possible. I'm here to learn, to be honest, payment. Podcasts aren't my specialty. You're the expert in the room. I'm here to learn from you, my friend. So that's all I've got to say today, buddy. And I'll be here in the background, learning, observing, and look forward to meeting you all.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. And last night you blew us away. You enjoyed it, and hopefully I can do even half as good today for you. So let's go. All right. And you know what I forgot? I forgot the introduction. Forgot to say greetings, everybody. This is Favorite Lorenzi, also friend your coach. Today we're kicking off day 4 of the October class for the 5-day podcast lead challenge. This is for the UK Europe call. And we just had a prelude by Mark Ramsey, one of the 2 mega experts on LinkedIn. I had the pleasure of having last night do a talk for us for the US class for day 3. Highly recommend you guys watch that video. I just posted it just before this call on the Facebook group. So make sure I'll send it to you while after this call. I got you covered, brother. So watch that. Yeah, so let's get started without any further ado. I'll make sure it's being live streamed. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Is it cold over there, Kelly?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I said, is it cold out there?
A little bit.
Like how much?
Yeah. I don't know. It's fall, but I'm also cold because I haven't got enough sleep.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, no worries. Okay, let me get the correct slide to show here. Okay.
Oh.
Do you guys see my slides, my screen?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's get going then. So today we're kicking off day 4, which is going to be based on what we did yesterday on identifying the zone of genius. And we're going to take your zone of genius and we're going to build your offer, your messaging, and your business, and ultimately your podcast, which is going to be the marketing arm of your business around the zone of genius. So we're going to start crafting your laser-focused Godfather offer. It's going to be based again on your zone of genius, and then one pinpoint your podcast, your business, your offering, your and all that's going to address. And I'm going to introduce you to a very, very, very powerful principle of business that took my business to the next level. That is the QMER, quantifiable, measurable end result. I will explain to you in details in a moment what that means and how that's going to make your business so much more laser focused and more magnetic for your audience. And I was supposed to have Jay, but Jay couldn't make it to talk for us. He's got other commitments, so I will share a video of his replay of his talk we did in the previous class. So let's get started. This agenda for today, just went over it. Before we start, any questions from yesterday, which was a very important day, all about your zone of genius? Bring your questions, please. Any questions about what we did yesterday? Mal, any question?
No, that's very clear.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ringa, any question?
No questions. Proceed.
Thank you. Gifty, any
Herman,
questions?
I wanted to just clarify. With the podcast, sometimes the podcast message or the focal point or the genius may be slightly different from the business aspect. In my case, trying to get people to come and share their unique stories may not necessarily be in future, for my business.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on that?
So again, it's all going to depend on what is your objective what you want to achieve with your podcast, what is the goal you want to achieve, and so on and so forth. So if you're going to use your podcast to interview people to get more awareness, that's amazing. But then you're also going to be able to bring the right people, not random people, And how do you identify the right people? The right people, again, everything is based on your zone of genius, your gift. What is the number one pain point you're solving and for who? Everything flows very straightforward. There's no guesswork involved. It's very logical, very straightforward. So we have a call scheduled, you and me, on Monday. We're going to really brainstorm together with me and you to really identify and hone in your zone of genius, because that's going to determine everything else. It's going to determine the pain point, your avatar, and all the rest.
Okay, thanks.
Very welcome. Any other questions? Am I missing anyone? Let me see who's here. How can I get? No. Okay. Who else is here? Let me see. Janine, any question about yesterday? Okay. Dorinda, any question about yesterday? Oh, you guys are amazing students. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's get going then. All right. I mentioned to you yesterday the number one reason why most coaches, entrepreneurs online fail to get anywhere is because they lack clarity. They want to help everyone with all the issues. And when you do that, your message is vague and doesn't connect with anyone. And when it doesn't connect with anyone, you're not getting any leads. No leads, no clients, no revenue, no business. That's the ultimate truth. Now let's take a look at the cost of a lack of clarity. So how much is not having clarity in your offer costing you and your business each month? How much per transaction is it costing you? And how much more can you charge if you did have laser focused clarity in your offer? Let's hear your offer and see if you have clarity or not in your offer, and then we can determine how much it's costing you right now. Do you currently have an offer of at least $1,000, pounds, or euros? If yes, I would love to hear your offer, and we can dissect it together. Anyone?
Yeah, payment is Mark. I'll share one of my offers. So I have a LinkedIn offer which helps business owners find their ideal clients and build relationships. So that includes content creation, video editing, post creation, and copywriting, and everything done for you. Relationship building. I charge 1,500 a month for that. So what that does, that the idea for that is to bring in leads for the business owner to be able to sell their tickets. I love your thoughts on that.
Sorry, you said you're charging $1,500 for content creation and getting leads for them for the LinkedIn
That's
business?
correct. For a done for you service, yeah.
Okay. Who's your avatar?
So my avatar's business owners, so small to medium, who don't have time to do it themselves.
Okay. And do you specialize in a specific niche industry from based on data? Are most of your clients so far men, women, and if yes, what age group, what industry, and so forth, so on and so forth? Do you have that kind of data?
Yeah, absolutely. Majority of my clients are actually coaches. I would say they're aged between 25 and 40,
Okay.
based in the United States and Canada.
Oh wow. Okay. And would you say most of them are men or women?
At the moment, majority men.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. I'd love to get on a call with you, Mark, to really understand your offer, to really see how we can make your messaging even more laser focused. So that's something that's going to take more than just a minute or two.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool. I'll share my calendar with you, and we can do that. But the thing is, what I mentioned to you yesterday, and that's going to be very important, and that's going to determine how profitable, impactful, and successful, not just your podcast, but your business going to be. It's going to depend on how honed in, how laser focused you have clarity. Because the more clarity you have, the more magnetic your message will be. So instead of saying how people become happy, become fit, you know, get whatever, be more specific. So, for example, a clear example of a very specific offer is, for example, my offer is I help coaches and authors to launch a profitable podcast in 30 days. And within 30 days of launching the podcast, I help them get leads on demand and clients organically through their own profitable YouTube channel and podcast, even if they have no audience to start with and what's spanning. It's very clear. It's because your offer, that's going to explain to you here. The offer has to say specifically for who is it, what are you going to help them with, doing what, and most importantly, how long is it going to take? And that's what I'm going to explain to you. That's what the quantifiable, measurable end result is all going to be about. And that's what we're going to share with you guys in a moment. So let's go through it. So here, as I mentioned to you before we even dive into crafting your offer, the two main tasks when talking to a prospect. The first one is to educate them and understanding what is the problem they are facing, why it's here, what would happen if they don't take any action to fix it. And then, because most people don't know what they don't know. I don't know what I don't know. And that applies to everyone, especially when it comes to business. So our number one job when we talk to a prospect is not to right away bombard them with our offer because they may not even understand or realize that they need it. So this is why our first task is to make them, to educate them in understanding why they have a problem, why it's in the first place, and really paint the picture in a very vivid way, what's going to happen if they don't take any action. And once they really understand why they have a problem, then the next question in their mind is going to be, so how do I fix it? And then, wait, there's someone else coming in. So when they ask that question, how do I fix it? And the next logical thing is, well, glad you asked. That's what I'm here for, because, and also very important, because since you're the one making them really aware and educating them of what the problem is and the scope and the gravity of the problem, then you and their mind will become by default their expert. They will come to you. Remember what I said? Share your story, display expertise. This is one prime example. And once we've educated them, then the next important task that we have to do is to make them believe that they can do it. Give them a short win, a small win as soon as possible to make them believe they can do it. And that's what we're going to explore in detail today, because that's going to be part of the quantifiable, measurable end result. Something that they can quantify, measure, and see in their mind that they can do it. For example, the big mistake that most coaches make is, oh, let me help you become financially free, or become fit, or become a six-figure coach. That's beautiful, but for someone who's never done it, it's impossible. Instead, dissect it, make it in a small, bite-sizable task that they can understand. For example, instead of saying, let me help you become a six-figure coach, let's show them how to get their first paying client in the next 30 days by leveraging either Facebook groups or LinkedIn. Now, that's something very clear, something small that they can wrap their head around. And also for them, they know exactly what is it, doing what, and how long. That's a big question. How long is it going to take me to do it? So ultimately, you want the offer to be so clear that it answers those three questions. What is it, doing what, and how long? So once they see that, the only question left in their mind is, all right, what's the next step? How do we start? And that's what we're going to do today. So again, just to recap, your two most important tasks as a coach, as a mentor, as an activator, number one is to educate them, make them understand what is the problem they are facing, why it's here, what would happen if they don't take any action. And you have to paint that in a very vivid way in their mind. So they really understand the gravity of the situation. And then once they do that, your next step is to make them believe that they can do it. And that's what we're going to do today. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this makes sense.
All right,
Yes.
good. Thank you. So here are the keys to a Godfather Irresistible Offer. Again, it all comes down to what I've been talking to you since the beginning, since Monday, and what we did extensively yesterday, which is your zone of genius, having clarity. And we need to identify one very specific pain point for one very specific for one very specific person. And that's what, and that pain point, that's what your business, your offer, and ultimately your podcast is going to be about. That's what you will be addressing in your offer and your business and your podcast and so on and so forth. be very, very, very specific. The more specific, the more clear, the more magnetic your messaging will be. And the more magnetic your message will be, guess what? The more profitable it's going to be. And also, we need to have in our offer to mention the time frame. How long is it going to take for them to achieve the desired outcome? That's something everyone wants to know. So if I were, for example, to learn to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds, I want to know how long it's going to take me and by doing what. So instead of saying, hey, let me help you become fit, what if we were to show them how to lose, let's say, 10 pounds in 30 days with just one exercise, and that is push-ups, 5 minutes a day. That's something that even the most busiest person, man or woman on this planet, can wrap their head around it, that they can put 5 minutes a day with just push-ups. Again, it's very important for you to make them understand, to make them believe that they can do it. If someone was a bit overweight and they have a lot of stress, a lot of work, and all of responsibilities, and they have no time, if you tell them, hey, let me help you get fit, they will give up before even starting. But if you tell them, hey, it's going to take only 5 minutes a day, one exercise, push-ups, even if you can only do 5 push-ups, or even 1 push-up, make them understand, make them believe they can do it, give them a taste of an early win, and that's when you're going to be off to the races. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So again, the number one pain point has to be very specific, and you have to mention the time frame. These are non-negotiables as far as creating a irresistible offer, and we're going to do that in detail. Again, as mentioned before, we want to focus and build our messaging for both our podcast offer and messaging around one specific pain point. For example, for you, Mark, you helping your clients on LinkedIn get visibility and create content. What is the number one pain point your clients, your avatars are facing? Why are they coming to you? And why are they coming to LinkedIn?
Yeah, sorry. So the number one pain point is probably lack of lead flow in their business. So ideal clients. So they're coming to me to be able to get more people in their lead flow in their lead gen.
And why are they lacking lead flow?
Could be they're a single person business. They don't have the time, or they don't have the expertise, or they don't have the resources, or don't know which tech to use to speed up their workflows. That's a few examples.
Mm-hmm. Could it also be that the messaging is not clear? And because it's not clear, it doesn't resonate with anyone, and it's vague and gets lost in transition.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So again, guys, the more specific, the more clear, the more magnetic your message will be, the more profitable it's going to be. Everything's going to be based around your zone of genius. Again, it's very, very important for you to really do the work from day 3, because day 3 is a cornerstone of the entire week, and everything else will do from now on. Because it's all going to be based on your zone of genius. Your zone of genius will determine what pain point you can solve and address at the highest level. We're not building a business around something that we have to do research, that we have to learn something. No, just share your story of what you overcame, what you went through, what others are going through right now. As simple as that. And simply share your story. By sharing your story, you'll be displaying expertise, and then getting them to know you and building trust and rapport. All right, let's move on. So a very specific and clear avatar for your business offer and podcast and all that good stuff. So as I mentioned since the beginning, especially yesterday, again, I might sound repetitive, but that is very important. Having a clear and specific avatar is absolutely paramount, fundamental, non-negotiable when it comes to not only the success of your podcast, but also your business, your offer. Because again, if your messaging is vague, it's not going to connect with anyone. Don't try to help everyone. Be very specific. Remember what I said yesterday? Ideally, your avatar is someone that can identify with you, relate with you, resonate with you, that resembles you, that looks like you. But ultimately, the best avatar is no other than yourself. Build your business, your offer, your podcast the way you wish to exist it when you were starting on your journey. Because that's the best person you can help, because you know that person inside out intimately like no other person. You speak the language, you understand the pain point, and so on and so forth. That is absolutely non-negotiable, guys. You need to understand that and implement that. Because if you don't, then guess what? You will be invisible. Your message is going to be lost, diluted in the seas of all these messages that people are being bombarded with. They're not going to relate or connect with anyone. Do you guys understand and see how powerful that is and how important that is? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So I just mentioned all of that. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at some of the key elements of the successful Irresistible GodFather Offer. And that's where I'm going to introduce to you that incredibly powerful principle called a quantifiable, measurable, end result. Again, quantifiable, measurable, end result, or QMER. Because again, your audience wants to know these three key factors. What is it, doing what, and how long? These are non-negotiable that must be on your offer. If not, your prospects will have more questions than someone was.
For the 20 day in a row.
And please mute you guys if you're not talking. Thank you. Okay. All right. So so you make sure that you have those three things in your offer. What is it they're gonna get by doing what and how long? Make it small, bite-sizable, that they can wrap their head around it so that they can understand and realize and believe that they can do it. Because again, once you can make your prospect believe that they can achieve the result that you're telling them that they can do, there's game over. The sale is completed. There's no more needing to do any selling. It's done. That's your most important job after you've educated them about what is the problem. Now let's take a look at some example of a quantifiable, measurable end result. These are successful ones from previous students and some of my own. For example, the first one is my academy before that. And I just updated my academy and upgraded from 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Launch a profitable podcast in 3 weeks. And once it's launched, monetize it. And by monetizing it, I mean getting high-ticket clients through your podcast and YouTube channel in as little as 30 days, even if you have no audience and without spamming. Or for example, find your first paying client in 30 days, leveraging the tremendous power of either LinkedIn or Facebook groups. Now that's very specific, tells you what, doing what, and how long. These are three non-negotiable factors that any successful offer must have. I want you guys to really understand that and really memorize that, because it's very important. Here's some more examples. Lose 10 pounds in 30 days with only one exercise and 10 minutes a day. That is very specific, very clear. The only question left is, okay, how do we start? What's the next step? As opposed to what does he mean, doing what? How long does it take me? Can I do it? Here's another example of an actual business that I actually was a partner myself for an Amazon FBA program. A friend of mine that I met when I was living in Asia back in 2017, 18, 19. He's a very successful seven-figure seller on Amazon himself. He has a course. He had a course teaching others how to make money through Amazon FBA. And there's a billion of other courses. Reach out to me, ask me for feedback, and I said, listen, let's make that unique. Let's implement a quantifiable, measurable end result and make it a challenge, for example. And that was find, source, select, and launch your first product on Amazon within 90 days. That's very specific, tells exactly what to do, doing what, and how long is it going to take. Now, that's something that anyone, even a complete newbie, can wrap their head around it, as opposed to, hey, let me help you become make a six-figure on Amazon the first year or $10,000 the first month. That's impossible for someone who has no experience on e-commerce. However, showing them how to find, source, select, and launch their product, which is basically dissecting all the key steps and what it takes to launch a successful product and how long it takes. Once they've done the first product, then all we have to do is replicate those steps to launch product number 2, and then product number 3, and product number 4. And before you know it, that's when they reach their goal. Same thing with, for example, instead of telling people, hey, let me help you become a 6-figure coach or whatever on 6-figure coach, show them how to get that first paying client within 30 days, leveraging only LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever other platform. And once they've done that, once they mastered those steps, all they have to do is replicate those steps to get client number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and that's when they reach whatever goal they want to achieve, whether it's 10,000 a month or 6-figure a year or 7-figure a year. And that applies to everything else. Do you guys see that, how powerful that is? Does that make sense for you guys? Do you guys see how you can implement that into your business?
Nope, I can't.
Tell me more. Why?
Because what I'm selling is a transformational process. It's coaching. So I don't know exactly, until I talk to them and get in depth, I don't know exactly what their problem is. And I mean, I know it's based on, I mean, when I understand the avatar, it's based on lack of confidence and feeling not good enough and, you know, in a limiting self-beliefs. But the results are not quantifiable. They're qualifiable, but they're not quantifiable.
All right, let's break that down. I want to have a one-on-one call with you to really dig deeper into that, to really help you. But I can give you some pointers now. So tell me again, what is the outcome of your program? For example, let's say I was a prospect and I'm talking to you, say, okay, Jenny, what I'm going to get by joining your program?
Well, for a start, it depends on what your problem is right now, because there are various different problems. But if you'll be dealing with limiting self-beliefs, which could be based around I'm not good enough, which will result in you having a lack of confidence and being unable to move forward to fulfill your potential.
Okay.
So the result is that they will have increased confidence. How do I measure that? You can't. It's not quantifiable. And
we can quantify that
they
very
will
easily.
feel they'll have increased confidence, and they will have a plan to move forward. But this is not the problem. Is this is my 3-month program, which is not the entree that I would be selling from the podcast. And I haven't broken it down. I haven't come up with what the cheaper entree is yet.
Okay, so let's break that down. I'm going to take 2 minutes with you. So you said pain point is lack of self-esteem, and outcome is full confidence, self-confidence. So let's break that down deeper.
Yeah, it's self-belief. It's not self-esteem. They're two different things.
Okay,
let's call it self-belief. Yeah.
Self-belief. Okay. So what is the number one reason that's causing that lack of self-belief in your avatar?
What is the number of reason that they have?
The number one reason, yes. The main reason that's causing him to have this lack of self-belief.
It will relate to something in their past.
Okay. Remember what I talked about on day 3? The 4 ways to identify your zone of genius. One way, the most common way, is what you yourself have overcome in your life, altering challenges. So have you gone through any type of trauma, challenges that has led you to have a low or lack of self-belief? And then how you overcame that, remember what I said? Your crop is your gold. What you went through, the other and overcame successfully, other people are going through right now that are looking for someone to be their guide, to help them. So let's not look at helping everyone. Let's take a look at how you overcame your lack of self-belief, and then you're going to help others by sharing your story.
Absolutely. I've got that. The thing
So
is,
what
the
was
outcome is not quantifiable. And to answer Mark's question, no, wouldn't lead them to make more sales because they're not necessarily salespeople. They're not necessarily business people. They are professional women who are more likely to be working in corporates.
Right.
They might own their own business, but their focus is not on making sales. That's not
Right.
what they're aiming
so
for.
if you're helping corporate women, they may be successful making money, but they're not
Mhm.
fulfilled. They ought to not do that. So, and they may be looking at a better alternative than just the 9 to 5 corporate grind and ladder.
Yeah, they might be. That might be one of the outcomes that they decide is their way forward.
Can
But I
I
don't
just
know
share
that.
what I wanted?
Please.
I'm doing something similar to what Jenny you actually addressing. Mine
Right?
is about supporting healthcare practitioners to maximize their capacity, and also in terms of what do you call it? Helping them to initiate it themselves, because very often many people want the change, and one of my areas that I help practitioners to master is beliefs, which covers belief system. And so if I'm working with any, although I haven't done it in a business form, I do it support staff in my daily work, I will have to have the pre-assessment. And then after I've gone through the program, I have what we call a system called Beacon, self-mastery Beacon blueprint, which addresses the belief system, the emotional aspect of the practitioner, the attitude, and how they articulate their needs, with clarity and respect, and also take ownership where necessary, and arrived at new perspective. So if I'm supporting anybody, there will be pre-assessment of where they are. And then after the program, I will expect the post-assessment in order to know where they have shifted, or they are the same, or still, so although what you and I may be doing are not tangible and quantifiable in an obvious way, when there is a shift in the belief system, that is, of course, a win for that person, building their confidence to go back and manage pressure in a different way, become self-compassionate, all those things involved. So I appreciate that, but everything everyone is doing, we can't quantify it, in terms of where the person was and where the person is hoping. And of course, that will vary with individuals. Like myself, I'm working on my IT. It doesn't mean I've got zero IT skills, but all of us are at different level. And so where I need help with is what maybe Mark may be able to come in and help me, or Katie may help me to deal with the video and the rest. So I hear what you're saying, but in essence, there has to be a shift in how I overcame over 30 years in NHS, how I overcame those pressures. I'm able to share that. And so I otherwise you'll be going round, because it's not tangible, like a salesperson selling phone or doing things. So, but everything is, I just thought I should share that.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you for both of your feedback to really understand better what you're at. Also, what quantifiable means. It doesn't have to be specific results. It can be more happiness, and how long is it going to take them to get that first taste of. So you mentioned, Janine, your program is 3 months. So that's a quantifiable. For example, what is something that you can really see as a transformation, as an improvement, as an upgrade within those 3 months? So that can be one way to quantify things. So it doesn't have to be a number, but maybe more self-esteem, self-love. See what I mean? And when they get that, how is
Except,
it going to
yes,
elevate
I
the
see,
quality of their life?
I see what you mean, payment, but what I'm saying is that the word quantifiable is not always applicable. Quantifiable means it's a number. You've got to put a number to it, and it's, you know, we can look at it in black and white. What Gifty and I are working with is qualifiable improvements and outcomes. So improvements in self-confidence, in clarity about their life direction, in what they want, in as Mark suggested, it might be, you know, improvement in their relationship. It might be something as almost quantifiable as getting that promotion they wanted.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that your model here, you're saying it's so important to have quantifiable, but I think you need to soften that a little.
Right. But can it be measurable?
Yeah,
it can be
measurable.
measurable in whichever sales you are doing, in whichever support you want to provide. At the end of it, we want to see if there has been a deviation, a shift in where the person was, or increase in terms of supportive measures.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But even that, so your program is 3 months. It can be qualified, it can be quantified in a way. Again, it doesn't have to be a number, but an upgrade in the quality of lifestyle and how they feel. And that could lead them, as you mentioned, to a promotion, to being more fulfilled, more loved, becoming more productive. For example, if let's say I was one of your prospects and I have a lack of self-belief, and I go to your program, within 3 months, I regain my self-esteem, or at least a part of it. That's going to make me more believe in myself better, more productive, more daring, taking more chances, speaking up. All of that can be quantified because it's going to make me a better, more happy person in the process. So yes, I see it. It's not a number, black and white, absolutely. But again, quantifiable doesn't mean that it has to be a number. It can be also.
Yes, it does. That's a definition of quantifiable.
All right. Quantifiable, qualifiable, I will add that as well. All right, let's move on, because otherwise, let's do a one-on-one call, me and you, because that I really want to understand your business, to see how we can help you. But let's move on for now. But thank you for the feedback. I really like that, and I will implement that. Quantifiable and qualifiable. Absolutely. All right. Cool. Let's move on. Here's something very, very important. The customer, the client, has to care about the problem before they can care about the solution you and your offer. Let me repeat that. The customer has to care about the problem before they care about the solution you and offer. What does that mean? Remember what I said at the beginning of this call? Your number one task is to educate your audience and your client, your avatar. Because again, we don't know what we don't know. Make them understand, educate them what is a problem, why the problem is here in the first place, what's going to happen if they don't take any action in a very vivid way. And once you do that, the next logical thing in their mind is going to be, how do I fix that? And that's when, because they fully understand the problem, that's when they're going to start looking to solve it and caring about the solution, because you've been the one to really educate and make them understand the problem. They will see you as their solution, as their expert. Does that make sense, guys? All right, cool, awesome. Again, as I mentioned before, yes, you want to say something, Edwin?
No, I was saying that it's clear now.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Again, let me re-summarize that. So to educate your audience, what does that mean? We need to follow these 4 things. You need to educate the client on these 4 steps. Number 1, be very specific about what is the problem they are having or facing. Number 2, the reason why the problem exists in the first place. Number 3, the consequence of the problem and what's going to happen if they don't take any drastic action right now. Let's say it's a business that is not getting, an entrepreneur is not getting any traction. The problem is because their messaging is unclear, all over the place, or they're trying to juggle too many things. And if they do that, their message is going to be diluted, not resonate with anyone. If it doesn't resonate with anyone, they're not going to get any leads, no revenue, no client, no revenue, no money, no business. And the consequence is going to be they'll have to shut down their business and go look for a job. And you got to make them really paint it really vividly so they can really feel the pain almost. And then once they reach that point, then they will naturally ask, how do I fix this? Well, glad you asked. And because you were the one that really took them down this path of really understanding the problem, then they will say, oh, wow, you're the solution carrier in their mind. That's very important, guys. Here's a formula for creating a GodFather Irresistible Offer. For example, I help your client avatar solve whatever problem is with proven solution and a time period. For example, for me, I help coaches and authors launch a profitable podcast in 3 weeks, for example. I help them launch the profitable podcast, your YouTube channel, and start getting leads on demand and clients organically within 60 days, even if you have no audience and without spamming. That's my irresistible offer. I want you guys to write these two formulas and see how you can implement it into your business. The first one is I help client solve problem with proven solution and time period. The second one is I help client with a dream outcome without pain, fear, and a specific time period. For example, for me, I help coaches get leads on demand without spamming through YouTube and podcast, even if you have no audience, within 60 days. I want you to write this down and see how you can implement it into your offer. For example, for you, Mal, how long would it take for you, for someone, right now, I understand your objective is to get people to become your franchisees. So how long would it take for someone like you, say, for someone is interested from not knowing anything to actually opening the first franchise with you? How long would it take them? I can't hear you. Unmute yourself, please. You need to unmute yourself, Mal. There you go, brother.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, 6 to 8 months.
Okay, so how, using one of these two formulas, let's build your offer right now. So for example, who's your avatar? Are they men, women?
Both, men and women.
Okay. Okay. Fill this for me. Do it.
Sorry?
See the formula on the screen? Just plug the
Yes,
information and let's create your offer.
I'm using my mobile phone, so I don't have access to that. Like
Are you seeing
last time.
the slides? Are you seeing the slides?
Yeah, I can see the slides, yeah.
Okay. So
I can only talk about it.
Yes, I'm asking you to talk, not to dance. All right, let's do it. So you help men and women launch the first, what is your business to, what is it? Tantric Therapy Center?
Tantric journey, basically the focus is to help people to get in touch with their past trauma and transform those negative emotions, feelings, thoughts into positive emotions, thoughts, feelings. Because these negative emotions block them reaching their highest potential. And I can teach them how to do that within 6 to 8 months. Because all the issues are stored in the body, not in the mind. So there's no point talking about it. We need to teach body work, how to get rid of the trauma. Once the trauma is taken away from the body, then they can achieve whatever they want to achieve.
So let's say you meet someone in an elevator and you have 3 seconds and they ask you, Mal, what do you do? In 3 seconds.
I'm a tantric body worker to help people get in touch with their trauma and release and transform.
Okay, perfect. And if you were to add the time frame, that would make it even more perfect.
Sorry?
If you were to add the time frame it takes them to achieve that result.
Yeah, okay. I can help you to do that within 6 to 8 months.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. Now let's say it again with all of that within 1 or 2 sentences. Let's say I meet you. Hey, Mal, nice to meet you. What do you do? What's your business?
I'm a tantric body worker, teacher, and I can help you to get in touch with your trauma and transform you so that you can reach your highest potential in your life with whatever you do. That can be done within 6 to 8 months.
Perfect. Love that. See? Another way you can do it is using the without. Like,
Sorry?
for example, the without, for example, the second formula, I help client achieve dream outcome without pain or fear. For example, for you, it can be, I help my clients, say it again. What's your offer again?
Offering the client inner transformation within 6 to 8 months that they cannot achieve in many other ways.
Okay, you can say, for example, without.
I can guarantee that 6 to 8 months.
Okay, and you can add without spending too much time or without whatever that you can do, you can add on that.
No, you have to spend time, energy, and you need to commit. It's hard work. It's not easy.
No, I understand. I'm trying to explain the principle.
It's very easy because it involves body work, breath, sound, and body movements. These are the 4 components. By using these 4 components, you can get in touch with your body, which is in the body cellular memory, the trauma is stored, and this trauma can be transformed.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Anyone else wants to take a crack at creating their offer live with us here by using one of these 2 formulas?
Yes. I mean, this isn't completely true yet. I'm still developing it, but what I want to be true is to be able to say, I help stuck creative people who want to vlog or podcast to have the tools to step out in that in 7 weeks.
Love that. Love that. That's beautiful. And can you do it also using the second formula, the without? Like, for example,
So the second formula, I help stuck creative people start their project without pain or fear in 7 weeks.
Yeah. You got a double confirmation here. That's awesome. Okay, cool.
Dorinda looks like she wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just, no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay, sorry, very nice. All right. Okay, do you want to take a crack at this, Dorinda, with your business?
I've got a couple things going on right now. And the one, I have a live program that I do, sounds a lot like what Mal is doing as well. I call it Body Wisdom Now, where I teach coaches how to use the actual physical tools from yoga and breath work to help their clients and first of all to help themselves to hold space so that the client feels safe. So I actually give them, and that's a live program that I do. And another thing I'm doing is, which this one might be a little more interesting, is I'm creating an online training for women going through menopause, because there's not a whole lot of information about that out right now. And women are just kind of, okay, what's happening to my body right now? I have no idea. And they just go through it and not having a whole lot of support with that. So I'm actually doing this with a scientist and taking all of the medical information, and we're not solving anything. We're not promoting any, drugs or anything. We're just informing them, but also so that they can accept this natural phase with grace and creativity, and just, launch themselves into the next level of life.
Okay.
So I think that online program is something that I can scale it better, because it's not just a one-time event. It's something that's pre-recorded, and we can sell it. We can do podcasts around that. And so what I'm doing is selling this online program.
Okay. Let's say I were to meet you in an elevator and I said 3 seconds, I say, Dorinda, what do you do? Tell me about your online business using one of these formulas.
I help women, you know, gracefully go through menopause, with solving their questions and giving them options, so that they know what's happening in the phase that they're in, and accept it in a graceful way. So the time period is, I can teach you that it's an 8-week program, or it's an 8-module program that you get, and that's and after that you can continue with other programs if you like.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Edwin, you want to take a crack, my friend? Unmute yourself, please. Can hear you. Oops. Still can't hear you.
Yes. I was
Oh,
just
now I
saying
can hear
that
you.
just listen to the ideas. But as Gifty said earlier on, most of the things that I do, for instance, are more qualitative, and quantifying them will be. And I'm just listening to gather more ideas to make it measurable.
Yeah. Okay. What's your business? What exactly do you do?
Well, I'm a health worker,
Okay.
practitioner, and my area is on public health, with emphasis on neglected tropical diseases.
Okay. Wow.
Which is quite, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Are you able to create an offer using one of these two formulas?
As I said earlier on, I'm just listening and then gathering more ideas to do some creation. Yes, yeah.
Perfect. I'll share my calendar. Book a time with me next week. We can have a one-on-one call to brainstorm together, and
Right.
I'll help you with that. All right?
Okay. That would be grateful, yes.
Thank you. Anyone else? Jenny, do you want to take a crack at this?
So I help professional women who are 40 plus and feeling stuck and frustrated with life to break through their inner barriers, to achieve confidence and clarity, to express their full potential.
And the time frame, you said what? You said 8 weeks before?
Oh, in 3 months.
Oh, 3 months, sorry, yes. Perfect. Love that. That's clear for who, what, and how long. That's awesome. Well done. Cool.
I've worked on it a lot.
Oh, yes. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let me see. Have I forgotten anyone? Gifty, you want to take a crack at this? Can't hear you, Gifty.
I put something down just to share with you. I help introvert healthcare professionals to develop resilience and take ownership to be effective at work and promote career progression. I don't know, within 30 days without self-doubt, but I need shaping.
Love that. Love that.
So to develop resilience, take ownership to advance their career in 30 days without self-doubt.
Okay,
I can work on that more.
Yes, we'll talk on that when we do our talk on Monday, you and me. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's move on. Here are some examples of previous successful irresistible offers from previous students. I help female executives 40 years over experience greater health, reverse diabetes without drugs and expensive medical bills. That's actually one of my alumni of the academy. I help male entrepreneurs in the 40s and 50s get their first paying client within 30 days using the power of Facebook groups. I help busy moms in the 30s lose one dress size in 30 days without going to the gym with only 1 5-minute exercise per day. That's another powerful one. I help single dads find, select, source, and launch their first product on Amazon within 90 days. It's a variation of the one I mentioned earlier. I help introverted entrepreneurs gain unshakable confidence and land a TEDx talk without any presentation experience in as little as 30 days. That's another student of mine. So again, very specific. So I'll share the slides with you guys. Do some brainstorming this weekend and see what you can come up, and let's have a chat next week, one-on-one, to further brainstorm together. All right, so here's my offer. Let me check the chat. Okay. Awesome. Oh, perfect. So hire up authors and coaches with no audience, struggling to get leads, launch a proper podcast to get leads on demand and clients organically. Well, that's a fancy name that my coach suggested, with a payment profitability podcast system in as little as 60 days. That's what my system does. Launch a podcast in 30 days, and then once it's launched within 30 days, get leads on demand and clients organically, even if you have no audience and without spamming. This is exactly what my offer is. What's here? Okay, that's something cheesy my coach just said to me. Anyways, all right, let's get going. So I shared with you the formula. You guys shared some of your offer. I want you guys to really spend some time today and the rest of the week and the weekend to really hone in and elevate your offer. You have the structure, you have the formula. And again, as I said, I'll share my Calendly, book a time for next week, and we can brainstorm together one-on-one next week to really help you create your irresistible offer. And again, you need to have these 4 things: quantifiable and qualifiable. And I will update that. Thank you, Janine. I love that. This is the interaction is amazing. Measurable, end result, and the time frame. And also practice. Imagine that you were at an event and you meet someone, you have 5 to 10 seconds. And they say, hey, what do you do in 5 to 10 seconds? Implementing this. Create that. And I want to hear that when we talk next on when we do our calls next week, or even share them in a Facebook group. And for you, Mal, send it to me on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay, guys? Let's move on then.
Okay.
So, awesome. So that's it for today. Any questions about what we covered today? Any questions? Any question?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I find
Who's talking?
Sorry.
Who's talking? I want to see who's talking. One at a time, please.
Okay. Can I talk? Yeah.
Yes, please. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. I think that my offer of 6 to 8 months is too long to encourage people. I would break down my offer to tell them I will give this same thing within 30 days, but it's a different, So I can guarantee that within 30 days. I will help them, and I can prove it to them that they can measure it as well.
Okay. Give them a taste of a win as soon as possible, so that they can further cement their belief that they can do it. And once they see that first taste of a win, then they
go to the next one. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then they go to the next level.
Exactly. You got it. You're a smart cookie, Mom, you know? All right. Awesome. Gifty, any questions?
I know the previous one that I attended, you did emphasize on time and speed. And so, again, it's very key for us people to have and be motivated by the timing. So when it's too long,
Yes.
you may not get a positive engagement and continuous engagement because of time.
That's it. And I love what Mal just said, and he came to a conclusion by himself. His program 6 to 8 months, while it delivers result, is too long. And he said he's going to bring it to 30 days. That's beautiful. Because again, people pay for two things, transformation and speed. If you can get me to learn something that takes me a year and 30 days, I'm going to pay you a lot more. And you get my attention. Because again, people are busy. Attention is the most valuable currency in the world, especially in business. So see if you can reduce, condense the time it takes for you to get. You don't have to change their life. Just give them the first piece of taste of win.
Yeah.
As soon as possible. It doesn't have to be something drastic. It can be something as simple as losing the first 5 pounds to get that first client, to get that boost in self-belief, self-esteem. Just that one little thing to give them, to make, again, the point is for you to make them believe that they can do it, that they can achieve the result you're claiming they will achieve.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Kathy, any questions?
Nope.
Okay. I love the way you said nope. That was cool. During that, any question?
No, I have so many products that I think I want to make. So,
Yeah.
one,
Imagine, yeah.
pick one and stay with that for a while. I'll
Pick the
fine
one
tune
that's
one and
gonna,
then
I would recommend, even if I don't know anything about your offers, I would recommend, that's what I recommend to all my previous students and clients, pick the one that's going to be the most transformational, the most transformative. And usually it's the highest ticket one. And then the smaller packages can be either bonuses or upsells. All right. Edwin, any questions?
Well, I think so far it's fine, and I'm really gathering my thoughts to formulate what I really want to.
Okay. Also, Edwin, how did you find out about this challenge?
Oh, as I said in my earlier submission, I said it was through Gifty Amma.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Gift is a gift that keeps on giving. Okay.
We
Let's
are
connect.
family already. We are already family. So
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
going
Our
to
family
recruit
too.
all family members.
Exactly, exactly. So, Edwin, what I would love to do is for us to connect. I will share my. Are you on Facebook, Edwin?
No,
LinkedIn?
no, it's on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'll send you my WhatsApp and the chat, and let's connect. All right, cool. Here's my calendar. I'll share the replay and the slides later today. And
Right.
also, I'll message it to you guys directly. Book a call with me for next week so we can brainstorm and see how we can implement having a profitable podcast and YouTube channel for your business. All right? So book that call. And here's a sneak peek into tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be day 5. We're going to put everything together. I'm going to share with you a path to getting leads on demand. So far we've identified the zone of genius, explain to you how important that is. Then the number one pain point that you're solving and for who. Now the next logical step is to identify where is that person hanging out the most online, and then reaching out to them, inviting them. We're going to be mapping out your first 5, 10, 20 and beyond episodes of your podcast. Once you have that structure, it's the same for every episode from now on going forward. And then we're going to put all of that together to get leads on demand to your own podcast. The special guest, I had Misha on Monday. He did a call talk for us on the US call on Monday. I posted a replay. And watch that because it's very important. He's going to show you how to get into podcast tour, get into 50 podcasts in the next 100 days. And these are not random podcasts, but podcasts we exactly the audience listen to. So it's very powerful. Listen to that. I'll tag you guys to it. And tomorrow I may have a guest for you. I will have my publisher for the US call in the evening, but I will also see if she can come for the morning. She's on the West Coast, going to be a bit early for her, but I will see. If not, I will share the replay of her talk with you guys on Saturday as soon as the call is over. Okay, that's it. Let me quickly go to the chat to see if there's any question, anything important. Oh, let me share my WhatsApp here. 289. Also, the US group suggested that it would be a good idea to have a WhatsApp group for us. Do you guys want to be in as well?
Yeah, I'll be in it.
That's my WhatsApp. It's a Canada number. Just add me, and I'll create a WhatsApp group for all of us to brainstorm, to connect, who knows, maybe to partner, collaborate, and to be on each other's podcasts and so on and so forth.
I think for me, Facebook is fine because I'm already in so many WhatsApp, so I can be excluded. Thank you.
Okay, Gifty. Facebook is good for you. Okay, so if you guys want, send me, add me. This is my Canadian number. Even though I travel, I always use number. And then I'll start a WhatsApp group either today or tomorrow with all of us.
Add me to the WhatsApp group as well. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and also save the chat, guys. Save the chat. There's some good nuggets there. So Dorinda, 31. That's for the Netherlands. Okay. Okay, perfect. I'll add you. I have already have your WhatsApp, Mal. Edwin, can you put your Mark, let me just write it down. Put your WhatsApp on the chat, please, if you want to be in the WhatsApp group. Let me just write them down. What's his name? Mark Ramsey. Okay, UK number. Kathy, do you want to be on the WhatsApp group? And Janine as well.
I can add my phone number because I don't know how to add groups. I'm like a 90-year-old person when it comes to the what is all this?
Add me, and I will add you. I will message. Okay, Janine, thank you. That's a France number. I know 33. Okay. Janine. Okay, perfect. Edwin, you want to put your number so we can connect on WhatsApp?
Still on.
Okay, Patty, and that's a Sweden number, right, Patty?
Sorry?
That's a Sweden number?
That's a Sweden number. That's the 46 is the Swedish area code.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, and I'll put mine once again. Canada number 289 987 9166. Add me, message me if you want to be in. All right, guys, if you have more questions, let's call it a day. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 5. All right?
Great.
Thank you. Edwin, make sure you connect, please. Message me on WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay.
And see you guys tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello. Bye-bye. He's adorable.
Yeah.